Alô, estamos diretamente do camarim aqui do Palco Mundo no Rock in Rio para conversar com o Will Champion e o Guy Berryman do Coldplay, eles que estão de volta ao Rock in Rio, né, depois de 2011. Muita coisa já aconteceu na história da banda de lá para cá, eles estão com um show novo incrível. Vamos trocar essa ideia com eles então. So, welcome back to Brazil, guys. Welcome back to Rock in Rio. The last time we've been here was in 2011. A lot has happened with you guys since then. And a few months ago, you released Music of the Spheres, the new album. So, how do you evaluate the impact of this new record in your discography so far?
Oh, wow. Well, it's hard to separate the record from the tour, really, and I think we always imagined that it would be something that we would play to a lot of people, and so I think the way we evaluate it, we're very grateful that it came around when it did, because especially after the 2 years of coronavirus and the pandemic, it meant that we were able to come back with a record that we could play in front of loads of people and feel that sort of togetherness and kind of communal spirit. So we're really grateful that that people are still listening to our music, and obviously grateful to be able to play in Rock in Rio. And I know you guys have been covering all the shows, and it all looks fantastic. So we're thrilled to be here and happy to be playing this record for you guys.
Cool. Yeah, the new show is really amazing. It has really special moments, lots of lights, and you guys wear masks and helmets. And I was wondering if you two have like a favorite moment of this new show, maybe a favorite song to play on this tour.
It's a good question. I like, well, I think it's always exciting when we go on stage, when we kind of come from backstage and we kind of walk onto the stage for the first time. That's always a special moment in the show. But I don't think I have, for us it was a really kind of delicate kind of puzzle to build the show from beginning to end. So it kind of had a flow and a journey. Well, I suppose one thing that I've realized on this tour is how much people enjoy Sky Full of Stars. And I think that's probably the biggest moment in the show in terms of people kind of going crazy and jumping up and down. So that's a great moment.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
I think that one. I think we try and make sure there's a balance of new songs and old songs and sort of medium old songs. So it's nice. I just enjoy that variety, and every show is slightly different, and every song resonates slightly differently in every show. But I've been enjoying playing The Scientist a lot. I think there's the way that the set is. There's a big opening section that's quite up, and then the first moment you have to breathe is The Scientist, and it's one of my favorite songs of ours. So that's a great moment, and some of the new songs are going down really, really well as well. So it's just fun. We're having such fun at the moment.
Yeah, and you guys took a lot of environmental friendly actions on this tour, and congrats on that, by the way. The world really needs it right now. And what do you guys think it's taking so long for the whole world to like really wake up to the climate emergency?
Well, I think awareness is really pretty good now, and I think a lot of the issues is we're waiting for technologies to catch up with what we would like to be doing. So a lot of the technology that we've incorporated into our tour is new, it's experimental, things like that, like the rechargeable battery was supplied to us by BMW, and that was really the first time somebody had made that for a live, in a concert scenario. So I think it takes a long time for human beings to kind of identify an issue and then to react to it on the scale that it needs to be reacted to. And I think what we're doing on the tour is great, but I think what the most important part of it is if we kind of prove the technology we're using is viable for other people, and other people start adopting these ideas, then that's when it becomes super important, I think.
Cool, that's amazing. And a lot has changed in the music industry in the last 20 years, from the way people write and produce songs to the way people listen and buy or whatever. What do you think yourselves from 20 years ago, looking uh, to all the achievements you had, would say, would feel when they saw everything that you guys achieved so far?
Gosh. It is, you're right, things have changed so much. And I think, particularly for us, I think it's hard to recognize the way that people consume music these days. And it's amazing because music is so much more available to more people, and it's really easy to find new bands. And it's almost like the new technology and TikTok and things like this, it sort of makes makes sort of musical history almost irrelevant, in that new things can, if people can pick up a piece of music from any time period and it feels new and fresh, and it suddenly reaches a whole new audience. And I think that's an amazing thing. The example of the Kate Bush song that was huge, the biggest song in the world, and that it never even, I think it got to number 3 or something, didn't it, back in '85. So just amazing that it's almost like these little, I don't know, these sort of wormholes that connect now and then. It's amazing, and I find that really fascinating. So I think we're pleased that we're still here making music, I think lots of bands our age and people that came around at the same time that we did are not with us anymore, the bands, or so we're just grateful that we're still able to play songs, and whether people only hear 15 seconds of it on TikTok or whether they sit down and listen to the whole album, we're happy that people are still listening, and it means that we get to play big shows like this, so it's wonderful.
Yeah. A few weeks after Rock in Rio, you guys are coming back to Brazil. You're going doing an impressive run of 8 shows. Most of them are sold out. And what do you think your music it has such an impact on people? Like, why do you think Coldplay is selling out stadium shows all over the world, like, at this point in time? And we all were impressed by what happened, because when the shows were announced, and then the first one was sold out, and another one was announced, and it kept going. Like, you're doing 8 shows, it's like crazy. So how do you guys feel about that?
Oh, well, we feel incredible. it's super exciting to be able to do that, and we don't take it for granted. I think for us, we've been together for 25, 26 years now, and we've always tried to work as hard as we can, and I think for every album that we've made, we've tried to do something different, and change our style of music. So it's interesting, we have fans who maybe discovered us with A Sky Full of Stars. That was maybe the first song that they ever heard, and they don't know our older albums. Or there might be people that kind of come to our shows who first heard the first album. So I think that we've kind of picked up lots of people over this 26-year journey, which is bringing people to us still, which I think is it's quite unusual, and just we're just so happy to be able to do these shows.
And we've spent a lot of time trying to get better as a live band, and every tour we try to push things a bit further, and I think we like to invest a lot of time and effort and money really into making these shows visually amazing, and we try and work with brilliant people who can help us to create these amazing atmospheres. So I think we're grateful, because often it's people coming back, people who have seen the show before and remember that they enjoyed it, and they think, oh, Coldplay I've got a new show, I'd like to see that, and then they tell their friends about it. So I think it's becoming, even if you don't like the music, which I'm sure there are loads of people who don't, the shows are still something that there's something that everyone can enjoy and spend some time. It's a lovely atmosphere being in a huge crowd, people singing, and the lights, and it's fun. As I said, even if you don't like the music, there's something for you.
Well, guys, thank you so much. Have a great show tonight, and you can say whatever you want to your Brazilian fans.
Oh, well, we're just so grateful to be able to come back to Brazil, and there's no better place to start our sort of South American bit here than in Rio. So we're so grateful to be here. Thank you to Rock in Rio. Thank you to you guys, Multishow, for putting it all on. And so we're very happy to get going.
É isso aí, Rock in Rio ao vivo no Multishow, tudo nosso de novo.